bagira orufumu olwabese kurwitwe oruli very meaningful orwina amakuru agamanyi okugamba ngo amata gatahatwa ruwagatahasireho atakagatahatahog tagatahata obwagatahata amata agagata kandi amata obokumara gata tosokongera okagayora
Ivan TUHAISE Ekimeeza ekiro cy'ikiro cya kabiri kandi kwezi 2024 omwezi ogwa mwenda abarungi nimbatangira program yetu Ekimeeza kaptosa antubao kya kabiri paka na kyamuna kyamkaga nyenda kubara mcyaho teke bitaribemo abugonza 4TV kandi abarozi b'Ekimeeza abafani nywe na big ups mwebale kuba mula Ekimeeza ebiteke bitalibemo aba meshaho aba link bus park obugenda kule mu capital 1 nebiteka byone bindi abantu bakegegwa Rwengoma kwali omnyoro kaseja technician kitumba hano nebiteka byona abafani big ups Mnyangavu new forum Mnyangavu na abanyoro batoro inywena nimbara mcyaho kandi bagonza habo kuba Ekimeeza ekiro cyahate Ekimeeza kirwasire akandi kiro keno twine omugenyi weito kitenisa Joram Kisembo cha Mnyangavu aspirant member of parliament aba Mnyangavu district Mnyangavu county and kusanga Mnyangavu district and ojika kurungi msaija hatu we na remu ka msaija wa NUP but as of now msaija wa NRM and tugenda kutera touch tugenda kutera touch on program yaitu kiro kino and tugenda kurora electoral commission 2026 elections watch tugenda turoli akaruru ka 2026 nikaija kubakata kalma bintu bingi turole reforms ne bintu bingi turole tinista no but mao and the Ogu Minister wa Constitution Affairs Arveya baga kiragero icyamazire kutekana gira kitabolinga ngunatekwa kubaho okukoma okwa technology kuina komesa machines kandi abantu bakome bakoma baraba omu machines tujakubantorora computerized and technology la kora nebintu ebindi ala reforms nyingi muno ezinyakuli omu karuru akayikomibiri abiri na mukaga kalmu kaija karaba fair karaba democracy arabamu abantu okwenyigire abantu obutanyigirizibwa abantu kwegondezo karuru nabiti abutasisabwire mtuganyiraho tojaho bwire burwasiro kataito bato ikirize mkerekano omugenya sobole kuba na turamkyao
kale webala muno munywana wange TUHAISE Ivan AMOOTI kandi nanyondi kisembo zoramu ekisembo cha Mnyangavu na semerera muno akairiska hati abakutukoro watchinga live na semerera muno for the time and the host the opportunity given. Uganda is for all of us. We need Uganda. Our children need Uganda and our grandchildren need Uganda. So Uganda will be there even when we are not there. So kujiplaningira no kujibazaho rumimbi rwaitu, we need a legacy. We need to live a Uganda that each one of us can happily live in. Thank you so much.
Okay. Awebala muno mnyoro Joram Kisembo cha Mnyangavu. Msajja ukababuli ulumu msajja wa NUP. What happened?
Yes sir. Mkama wange cha mazima, I was previously in actually my journey in politics mudaki kankaibiri nyenda kuoleka ngaba treasurer wa Kabarole district under FDC ndo mchara Nyakato kandi nkabaho general secretary wa Mnyangavu district under FDC no narugire ninja mu NUP and finally nukokwija mu NRM. But one of the major things kutamara yobwire bwa man muno explaining the same thing, I have explained over and over that political party egera internal conflicts. But ekikuru muno mubyona is how they handle their political intrigue rundi entaro okuliana okuba mu bitebe. So wa kuruga mukaruru kenkumi 2016 nimurora kimunti internal conflict ya mugisha muntu amuriati and Besigye yayizireho kuleta anti was so unbearable until kaleka FDC was divided. Ndio ni koleka anti FDC ekaleka na one of those things that I saw a lot of fight even locally. Habtebe byaitu omuchara Nyakato, who was the chairperson, ended up moving with Mugisha Muntu. Itu abande to moving na Besigye. Later on twasanga na Besigye in the 2021 election. He was not to appear, yet he was our leader. So as our leader of Yalemere, most of the people, most of the young people that went on to be on the side of Kyagulanyi, the biggest percentage we must accept, and we must start telling Ugandans that was the bad one on all were those who were previously available or Dr. Kano Kiza Besigye. So Kyagulanyi nawe yatwoleka emerizize tugenda mu ntebe tuyuwawo omubiri ntuguyuwawo ovoro ntuzikwata na sahazinu abana abaito abamu abakwingora 13 plus bachali mungomo. And why? Because they were misled into other things. So the way opposition handles their misunderstandings of takengangana is so much risky. Now from FDC we have around 3 political parties. Very soon you will see the 4th one. So omuliyangana mu bitebe, especially FDC nagamba NRM, the way they handle their intrigue, their fight is not as the way we were handling them in opposition. That's why nagamba I can fight within NRM. So my changing to NRM, my ideology entekereza yange especially
abagambo ukalia sente kugira mu NRM bakwa sente nyingi.
It was passion actually through the chairperson wa NRM Bunyangabo. We sat and after sharing a lot, I agreed willingly under the RDC that I must change party. And it was not by influence of anything. I was not influenced by anyone, but it was a self-driven looking at Uganda. We need Uganda, as I have said. We need Uganda ahead. Our children need Uganda. But the way we perceive it under the opposition, it is so risky, so dangerous. Later on, you remember we formed the Power 10 each polling station, and we knew we are taking over as a new government. But ntuhika maiso norora bozo bale mu comedy, completely comedy. Of recent you saw even Kyagulanyi saze no murora kimwa hero ale Canada na kwaraki. That is okay. But no, I am not actually I must emphasize this. Ninyenda kuchiemphasizing. I thank Robert Senta Kyagulanyi for whatever he has done since 2017 up to date. Now, when I may not bring out all that he has done, but one, he has added on the block, on the voice of the many Ugandans who think there must be a change. Ninyenda kubanza kuhabara munywano wange wagamba kozereki. I've not actually come to discuss his achievements, but ninyenda kuoleka abatulirize na baliyo batorora nti as a people, as a community, personally hamyaka 38 I was born biro 15 okwa kasatu 1985 saha isatu, meaning ezanyenchakara, meaning actually omwoto gule wa karubona, that's when I was being born. And my mom was to deliver from Kisomoro, a health center, and she was told, they were told, people carrying her, that aliyo casualties. So I loved the NRM. I loved the NRM because of that background. Ekimeeza, the name Ekimeeza. I loved the NRM, and I did not want to see Museveni be taken like the Gaddafi style, be taken like other people. I wanted an African hero. That's why I was always advising and opposing. Not that I had other reasons, but I wanted Museveni to be as a hero. He should not be ashamed at some point, embarrassed at some point, like the waves during that time that were moving around the Central African
Anyway,
countries.
thank you. Wewale Mnyoro, Joram Kisembo, twaitegereza kwa tuituzire. At now we know kusikira liwe koku warugira mkitebe cha NUP to NRM. Arogala kuija tutangira mu studio zetu za 4 TV habwa Trokenu. Okuba norora akarura katukujamu na akarura katubairemu. Norora yo, if we see ahead 2026 akarura katukujamu. Ebe kubaho bino norora turakatera akaruko busingi.
I think my prediction is that it's going to be more peaceful if Ugandans believe that it is going to be more peaceful. Like I was sharing with one of the security personnel in Kasese, we are working on a concept about peace. Kasese and Rwenzori region, some parts including Bunyangabo, Bukara, there has always been propaganda, a lot of propaganda. Hanyuma yobururu, immediately hakira kubaho chaos in those areas that I've talked about, and even before towards. But it is the role of the security, it's the role of Ugandans that when we die, when we lose life, we do not get that life back. So, akaruru katatugabanizamu, akaruru katatuletere bintu byokurwana mu nganda, akaruru it's a transition from one term of leadership of a government to another, and life must continue.
And from one person, one leader
to another.
Okay.
So, to me, I think the next election is going to be peaceful, and NRM, I must say boldly, NRM is going to massively win. The reason is that the more countries, through research and historical background, amahanga where opposition has taken over government is where opposition come together. Where opposition come together, they can take over the sitting government. But what we are seeing in Uganda is the opposite. Every political party, nope, very soon you are going to see Mbuga faction and Chagulanyi faction. And Masaka, remember, you remember in 2016, Kasese Nkokuyabeire, Kasese, where we had everyone, Chairman LOC1, all the 6 MPs, FDC, the same that happened to Masaka. All opposition, NUP party, government positions were taken up by NUP, that is Masaka. And now when you see Mbuga taking off, I just see in conclusion on that Akarura Karukwija, NRM is going to have a walkover, and it's going to be peaceful.
Wakitinisa Joram, nturora wakitinisa Nobat Mao, akozere bili ya kwenda presidentini. Akaruru kagaruke mukaruru aka system. Karuge mukaruru akatukoma kali ya kukutikinga.
Yes.
And ikitu kido kirorota at Uganda's level. Because now the system is managed by the government. The government has a hand in appointment of the electoral commission officers, and this system is going to be managed by. How do you see? Do we have the capacity as a country? 2006 okuraba mukalmagezi.
Yes, we have the capacity, and I support some proposals in the bill that Norbert Mao is trying to table. One of them that I do not agree with, let me start with the one that I agree with. I agree with proposal yogama it must be electronical. Electronical in the sense that oborabo maze kutera karuru system ine korora and tosemi akaruru tukasemi kubarwa otal system. You have to put, it's like withdrawing your money from the bank. You cannot withdraw the money unless the system has captured you. So nichangwaha to avoid fraud and ballot stuffing. Ballot stuffing, how is this done? Research shows a polling station of Ekuba in Abantu 100, for example, 100 voters. So the turn up, because most Ugandans, some Ugandans, we are trying to empower and inspire some Ugandans, especially in Bunyangabo, where we have our voters, Mtwaru Mwenda, but the turn up has always been less than Mtwarian. Meaning half of the voters do not turn up. So what? Yes, the Kabatama, but we are trying to revive. So system in Abandoho, why I'm driving at the system is that the system, the vote stuffing has been happening in a way that when 100 voters are the ones supposed to turn up, and we in that polling station, that particular polling station, osanga izireyo aba voters makumyabiri. What happens that Eknana, it is easier. Ivan, but I'm not saying you Ivan, I'm using Ivan as an example.
Yes, it's okay.
Ivan kukwata akatikinga obururu okunambaringa the remaining balance, which is 80, so that 100% of voters turned up. But with this electric system, is that Barabalbant, yes, electronic system, Barabalbantu chikumi, and only 20 turn up. There is no way that you can forge
technology.
The 80.
Penetration. Don't you think Ugandans have capacity to penetrate Okurora system hijacking of? Because now the system is networking. Is networked.
Yes, and it's
the moment this system is networked, it can be hacked.
Yes, my brother, Omwana Takafiri, never start telling the local people, the relatives, that Omwana mazekufa. There must be always hope. And when we lose hope as a country, we become hopeless. And when I say we become hopeless, someone may think to Abajuma. No. At least that minimal, yes, any system can be hacked, but the process of hacking is also another step to be taken. But there must be a sense of transparency, because Mao is emphasizing that there must be transparency and fairness. So among the other proposals also is that abakwesimba habwa mayor, councillors, abakwesimba at that level, at a city level, at a municipality level, and they must at least possess a level. My brother Ivan, it's so painful, even during swearing in. You have had the abantu bengi, bakansala bengi, banywana baitu bengi, they can't pronounce some words, apart from pronouncing their names. Because majority of them never causes a local language to campaign. And where they reach a point, to interpret the law, to interpret the local government act, that we teach. I'm a teacher of general paper, so it's a general paper. So umuntu atarasomera logic ni chiguma muno no sange bintu bya kusobora, however part and the balance.
Sente za government yanyu mukasasura aba politician one ingana na qualification yabo, because now how can you pay an LC1 mtwaro gumu per month? Then you expect an LC1 anyakumazanya for no soborota kusasura a district councillor mtwali 17 per month.
It is
and is reverted. nongera no mnihira kuba amaze senior 6 kushuwale kin dora mcyo creating imirimo hari abasigazi ari abantu abatena imirimo because now a civil servant will not contest. It means ngo umuntu contesting must be a jobless person, and a jobless person a senior 6 level no mtwara kumhereza mtwara 18, and yet I need the whole sub county representing at district level.
It is painful, especially nkokuwaleta mwecha salary. I'm one of those people who would advocate, even when I became when I become an MP, I would advocate for salary equality, salary enhancement. No sangira kimu even at mkabasomesa.
Yes.
Toso kuherezo msomesa wa fine art, runde wa art subjects, CRE and other subjects, okamhereza emitwaro kinana neviri, wondi okamhereza million. And what is so painful even at that level, professional level, no sang, I'm sorry, tingambangu, I'm undermining the sciences, but no sangira kimu, owa science na ikazabana makumiatan, and those are F9s. Biology 50 F9s in most schools as a government. Natunga 4 million. So I ask myself, are they rewarded for failing?
Under performance.
Under performance. So salary enhancement. There was a proposal in parliament. Ekizibu cheitu banu ba MP ba dikura. Ekizibu bandu bene ba concentratinga kuleta issues as kwata amuntu wablikiro. You can't have an MP getting 40 million. And Chairman LOC1 getting 10,000.
And these are the same people who are going to pass this bill. Why can't they first pass the bill of salary
salary enhancement?
Abukoba now oboraba omuntu do yenda akoro mulimo murundo banza omsemeza. Why should you first bring the bill yokubanza kuba pinning nukogira biyo? How sure can they be trust you nguno genda kuba konyera? Because now if you don't trust, if you don't first revise their salaries, then nukokabazaho ebyawe kwatagera no kuleta qualification. Because now umuntu bora utakubanza kurora ekizibuki, because the issue as of now in the country is underpayment, under facilitation, under motivation of political leaders, which has resulted into corruption. It has resulted into poor performance. And now you are revising the law. Why can't they first bring this bill? Their motivations.
Yes, those are some of the Baganda say echirumabayai. Those are some of the things that hurt many Ugandans. But I think nichiteka mpaka representation, our representation abebezbeit. I always say that when you vote hyenas to keep, when you get hyenas to keep care of your goats, when they eat the goats, don't complain. At a local level,
I mean, we have the hyenas.
We have the hyenas, but the political mafias, and at the end of the day, it is garbage in, garbage out. You can't vote an MP who spends 3 to 4 years without even mentioning his name.
But so if we have the dikuras and the hyenas, unumaisa ngo obuzibu bwabo buli omukubagikiragiro orundi okwetegereza ebintu bine biturukubazao. Because now we are looking at a problem within the political arena, whereby the political leaders are underpaid, under-considered, under-motivated. But the hyenas and you're talking about, where is the problem?
Out of the 500 plus MPs, Brother Ivan, you have followed the trend of the debate in Parliament, and it's even good that UBC has always done its best to broadcast it. The challenge between Nagamba and we have garbage. So it is garbage in, garbage out. We don't have brainees. And ninsaba obururo burkwija ninsaba bataka abantu babulikiro. Can we avoid looking at the 1,000? We are not taking investors in parliament. Mu parliament tuli tutwara debaters. I always tell people the word parliament comes from a Greek word evakweta palri Paliri is to speak.
You know, my such to speak.
Paliri is to speak. Yes, it comes from a Greek word. So no jam parliament kubaza. That's why we say a voice for the voiceless. Waja kuba irakali abantu.
Performance ya region it's very low.
Yeah.
Very disappointing.
Yes. Ntakarugera ha the other first question the law.
Yes,
I talked about the good too, and the other worst part of it is the president. Personally, I don't believe in a few people, a few dikuras, a few people who can't think beyond what they have to put in the pocket to be the one to decide. I would request and appeal to the government and to everyone and the MPs listening over there that referendum would be better.
Of those bills.
Of those bills. It is within the law. Referendum can be carried out, especially on contagious issues that determine the future of our country. Some of the reforms that have been taken since 1985. There was that from moving from movement to multi-party politics. It came, but with a lot of strings attached. We need a freedom, we need a leveling ground. And some of these laws, from the word go, the moment there is interference of cabinet, the moment there is interference of the ruling party, the public will always have bias. We had the recent one of the age limit. So the age limit, the moment the people saw some canes, the moment some people saw some armed dressed like people within the parliament, majority of Ugandans will always have a bias. Was this genuine? Yet, according to the law, even when I'm not a lawyer, provided the majority decide with something, even when it is wrong,
a referendum to pass the following bills.
Yes, that would be my
even
prayer.
The electronic one.
Does
it require a referendum to have an electronic voting system in the country?
Now, when a bill is tabled, there is always those words that they use. For example, they will say, we are passing it, but with amendments on the following. So we can have amendments on some of the clauses that are within the bill. And that's why I'm suggesting that even the people, ourselves, we are the people to blame. The people about Koma Vaingi, someone can't pronounce himself on the floor of parliament fluently.
How comes to a county, sincerely speaking, and a district reach to an extent of voting, trusting, okwikiriza omuntu bakamuhereza obusobozi atakasobora na kubaza, atakasobora na kwebembera kichweka, atakasobora na kudesigninga ye bill, and such a kind of a person na abaringa re-elected within an area, and omuntu ogu nasobora ku delivering, atasobora na kubaza, atasobora na perform na ku representing abantu. Because now when you talk about bakakoma the dikuras, no tekereza na barabata.
Our lives come to an end the day we become silent about issues that matter. Abanywana beitu, abantu nkokunkusoborira. I've been using an example of Nyanga because I've followed Nyanga politics since 2001. Beitu, what I'm looking at is that Nyanga, for example, voters no sanga turn up is not beyond. The winner kawininga with the Oburure Mitwale Satu. The others who were following, we had one with the 14,000. Then the other, we also had them born about 2,500, 1,500. So at the end of the day, the people, the majority, vale mitwaletana batarataningira up to vote. Those are the ones making us have those fun leaders. And secondly, I would appeal to our people. As I have explained the Greek word, chigambo, parliament, at whatever level, omuntu owaraba tasokusobora ensonga bya kwenda kubakora vis-a-vis camps. People have lowered themselves to camps. Ivan aleserwe nanka aleserwe nanka, Joramu aleserwe nanka, kusisa obururwa nanka. Someone spends 10 minutes 20 minutes explaining a lot of intrigue. So we need to start looking at the qualities of a good leader. What are those qualities of a good leader? So that we have the brainy. When you are electing and you are a sub-county, look for the best from that sub-county. So when you take one-eyed person...
The best has no money.
That's what I'm exactly saying. Our lives come to an end. The day my brother, I told you that our lives come to an end the day we become silent about issues that matter. People who are serious in Bunyangabu, we are not the best. We have some good brainies. We have good doctors. We have good lawyers. We have good debaters. But when people's mind is that abantu politics is a dirty game, obokujayo nebakubazaho ekyotali echoli olmusuma okaiba okakoraki, so they bring a lot of dirt. They darten you, they darten your clean legacy. That's why clean people, some of them are afraid. But because we believe that obturaba silent about issues as kutukwatao, there are two categories, Ivan, that I always share.
One?
There are two categories of services that a leader must always talk about. Yes. The first one, chimu chikumi chomusara gwao. When you take over leadership, there are those small things you can always offer. For example, when there is a church construction, willingly you can bring a brick, but not a master. It's not yes. Ndio ni kuoleka chimu chikumi.
Yes.
When we lose a relative, no hayo differently as an MP, area MP, but even they are sustainable projects. For example, I must say this about Owekiroto. Owekiroto has got tents. Actually, my plan is also under MP Bunyangabo nkumi vera na mukaga. I intend. No, nimba MP. Me, I'm a teacher. I have no money. Tinyine sente, but I have a plan. So there are two options: to choose between ideas and to choose between money. We are not looking for investors to go in parliament. Owekiroto has made some tents. Tents is moving. Me, on that, when you buy Ivan, my brother, obokwata omusara gwe myezi eviri as an MP and you sacrifice and you buy machines chimu chikumi which is sustainable, okagora machines is a $1,50,000 ebyoma, address system, okakwata ezindi $1,50,000 okagora entebe na tents, okafunayo ka service van that when someone is bereaved, so when someone has lost a relative, aso kulete bintu ebyo just kusasura mafuta gonga rundi drive.
Is that not unanka vote bravery?
No, I'm saying omaze kuba MP. When you are an MP okakwata chimu chikumi chomusara gwawe no kichota, because people sustainability ndio nyemba zao. You will not be there to go and bury everyone. Tokuja kubaho to go there and attend every wedding. But when your machines are on a party of a friend of Ivan who has hosted me here, and it will be on record, and I will be the new MP of Nyangabo, and I will remember our ideas. So there are two approaches. There is lobbying and giving chimu chikumi chomusaragwao. But people have ended up concentrating on giving, which is not sustainable. You cannot give a hospital. Bunyangabu, we need every district must have a district hospital. Bunyangabo, Kibito is still
Is it a role of a member of parliament?
Member of parliament is to lobby. It's part of the member of the parliament.
When you are talking about the hospital, you already have a health center for.
Now, what I'm sharing with you a member of parliament, the minister of health, when you have a serious member of parliament like Kisiembo Joram, the minister of health must feel so much worried that Kisiembo Joram warakwata microphone in the floor of parliament. He will talk about the Kibito Health Center. He will talk about a functional ambulance. Then badikura banu nibaleta bwa ambulance bwabo bwa pick up bwa taxi bagenda ba branding mubwire bwo bururu just to blackmail Ugandans, to blackmail the people of Toro. So at the end of the day no sangera kimutu inabasuma and the chain continues. But we need people. My emphasis is we need leaders who can separate the two into the haro evinte bikubakiza amani mkisomero. I am happy to say in Tinekatebwa we now have a government school is under construction in Sura Seed. That is in Nsura. Then in other areas in Katugunda was in Kabonero for Joram Care Initiative Tournament. There is also some other projects going on, including an institute, the Institute Studio. Okay. So the bigger projects must be lobbied by government.
My question is one. My question is one. Notekereza electronics voting system, electronic voting system needs kuonyeraho okukeshaho okugulira abakomi mu karuru akatugira kuyamba, because now I'm seeing a lot of vote bribery, giving people money, doing a lot of things, okugulira nuko finally batunge badingdong babere nogamba the cartoons are the rest in parliament. That's you. That's what we are saying. How do you see it? Machines this bill ya wekitinisa magenda kutabolino neza konyera heta kurwana sovule bwenguzi, because now we must look at least at ahead. Na mbere turatunga karuru akatalimu okugulira muna abakomi nuko tusobole kutunga results nungi
obule bwenguzi mukama wange. I am banya-Uganda twena kandi nabantu abatukocinga sazino nimba saba twetera hamitima as Ugandans. Obule bwenguzi butulire to the bone marrow. Noja mu office omwami Ivan, someone will tell you behave like a Ugandan. Behave like a Ugandan, meaning
how does a Ugandan
meaning a Ugandan is corrupt or in a great herzai. So someone will say you have brought your documents. Yes, Joram, Mr. Like Joram, behave like a Ugandan. Echakabiri funibale uliteka habintu ebi ati ogendo letibale liablikiro ngwaenda kuliteka nka. So it has eaten us to that level. So it must be fought jealously. Like of recent we saw the president acting, some of the people. What? Yes, we must appreciate the minister or an MP to be taken to Luzira for some days. It is a sign of humiliation. Actually, in Kasese, there is another thing that is happening that we must borrow. They are investigating the district service commission. So they are going to pass. They want to pass in all. Actually, in all constituencies, Barabeyo, never investigating and bafuna information, it will be like a rally babalete. Those who have ever been actually victims of bribery and corruption will rise up and testify. We need to have a wall of shame. Kubaswaza. So, in other countries, they even kill. In other countries, even neighboring Rwanda here, the moment you are convicted of such an offense, you will never contest for any government office again.
Do we have contestants in Uganda?
Mu Uganda, we have badikura. We have the people who can't reason, who can't know that I'm not saying all MPs are dull, but the few who are brainees, the few who can articulate issues, the few borrowing a leaf from another country, what they can do is to reach there and sign for their salary, because the majority have been turned. And that's why I'm saying Can we start looking for those people individually? Not even saying NRM. Even when I was in opposition, Nakivazag, and I will repeat it, not all opposition MPs are bad, and not all of them are good. The same to NRM. We have MPs in parliament who are speaking for the voice.
Like regional MPs of Toro, but MPs of Toro, Barungi Mun, because they are speaking in parliament.
No. That one, no. In Toro, we are having a very big challenge.
People are talking in
Neberuma, we don't have an MP.
You mean Joram, we don't have an MP Mutoro regional Nakwas?
No, Gambara, the MP we have, Badikura. They don't articulate what issues. Now, where is Buhinga? Where is Buhinga?
Some MPs here, banned by their ministers, they are given now, positions.
If I was an MP, I'm sorry to bring this. If I was an MP of Toro region, and I'm going to be 2026, Buhinga Stadium, as we are going to host 2027, you count how many more years will Uganda host African Cup of Nations? More than 100 years. So we would have Buhinga Stadium worked on. One, I would mobilize the masses. The power of the people, not people power, but the power of the people, to demand one on the floor of parliament. If every time you are raising the issue of Buhinga, you find some of them also escorting investors in Hoima Stadium. You find some of them going now to Bukedia, the deputy speaker, the Speaker Ayombekere Stadium. You see some of our MPs that I will not mention names and have escorting. When Tayebwa was launching Ijweri, a project ya 2 billion na kuoleka abanywan, abafunire, abanywan, some of the friends that have helped him. I saw one of the MPs from the region. I have the photo here that I will not mention. But is escorting to see how another MP is. So they have learned nothing and forgotten nothing.
So what can we actually, what I've got to see, by MPs by Tuhan, they played their role. They brought the team Yarambora, Mabuitaka, by Gender. So no MPs by Tamakagav.
But Kuburuitaka, when we have Rubona stock farm being taken by mafias, we have Rubona stock farm is there with over 700 acres. So what is the distance from Fort Portal City to Rubona? So
Rubona would be sacrificed part of it to have a regional
because at the moment they gave it to someone that I will not mention the name here. We had even a talk show in Bunyanga. They gave it to someone who is planting aliona byara yebinyasi byente and aliona bitwara rubiriza. How are we benefiting? Hatba MP babyamire, they are not even aware, they are not even informed. Kandi hato umuntu akagenda mu constituency namaro umwaka takayikayoga ijakimanyata nasanga nebyomuka byona babitwe. So we need MPs that must be pro people. We need MPs in this coming election, Ivan. What has killed our politics is monetarizing it. And one of those proposals I also like Enyakulumu is about okutakozesa sente nyingi mu bururu. They are going to limit. Some of our friends that I will not mention so much the names for integrity purposes kandi nogamba ngo ndiyo nimba haiga nimba sera mbatire homuro kwa amani. Some of our MPs went for money lenders. They got millions and billions of money.
Can an MP go to money lender?
I'm telling you, one of them of recently was arrested. And it is the news, you Google and you see the person who was arrested. Propaganda. And he was from Toro. And I will not mention the name because it went on viral and that person was there. But I sympathized personally with that particular person. Why? Because The first time it was 62 million, 69 something like that million, which is not even 2 months salary. Ahire Kalon. Another one was a vehicle yabandi after elections. But what I'm saying is I sympathize with them
because the centers consensus abantu.
Sente akagura abakomi kumuhereza. They didn't know
he got a loan to help his people in his constituency.
No, it was accumulated the areas as a loan as a
They have done a lot because now I've been following Bunyangavu, how MPs are performing in Bunyangavu. It is so promising.
But my brother, I have also been for the last 2 months. I have organized the Joram Care Initiative. Every Sunday, I'm always in one of the sub-counties. I pray from there. I move in trading centers there. I organize a tournament there. This Sunday, I was in Rubona Town Council.
With that MP? Is he helping you?
No, I'm not moving with an MP. I'm an MP myself. I'm an MP of the poor people and the MP of Ataka. Atbakasigara munge mfuzi, nyonde mukuma mfuzi hatsazeno. So for Bunyangabo, I'm currently, those people are orphans and I'm currently trying to close the gap of how someone should feel the presence of an MP. But what I'm trying to say, I've moved in those sub-counties. The complaints in Cabonero are not different from our MPs always neglect us after elections. Never cause sankamadara, those dikuras. Hatba dikura never give a funobulone, but take. And my advice to all those people, and very soon I will make it public. Women in Jaharedi, you some mindset change. I want even the MPs abakwenda koraba with Joram Kisembo Joram so that we represent Toro very well. I want to change their mindset. The best strategy use what you have, use your professional and experience to impact people.
When you are requesting them daily in Batware Zubiani.
Now, what is the approach I'm saying? For example, a diploma in agrobusiness. A diploma in proposal writing. I have a degree in education, art and design. Every time after they have played, these boys have played. Phase 1 is playing. Phase 2 is organizing them in groups. Phase 3 I'm going to go there, teach them pottery, piggery, teach them liquid soap, how to make candles, mushroom, all those courses that take 1 day, and I give them certificate. So the youth, the youth are in for Joram. Youth are in for Joram because we are teaching them how to fish. We are not giving them fish. So that's why I'm saying that is the first strategy all leaders must use. When you read about these great leaders, the Obamas and the Hitler, the Napoleon, Obama, when he finished university, he was a lawyer, and he was even Lukwago. Let me not go to America. Lukwago, immediately he finished school. He offered free legal services. Because he's a lawyer, when you are a lawyer, offer the free services. When you offer the free services, taharohonoma kuja kubanja, oja kuja parliament, oriyetamzao ina, nkanyo, I just want 1 term, omdamara 1 term, I call another young boy. So, by what I'm emphasizing,
to sobora kusaba tamwe, wajana umwena remu. Give me
an
example of an MP. Uganda, when I am or 1 term.
No, we have not yet gotten it on record. No, I am saying
1 term.
This is Kisembo Joram, Kisembo Chabunyangabo. My background, my being born for the people of Nyangabo. I am a Messiah. I want 1 term. Kind age term where I will be grooming some of you, the Ivan, and there are very many youth councils that are always dormant, that are always, Sanga Youth Council,
I want you to repeat it again. 1 term.
Ekumibiri, Abernamukaga, Abataka, Ababunyangabo, Abatoro. Ekerale Chatoro, Chabulire, Ninyenda Kuchirvaivinga. I want to awaken the spirit. Tore Kabiri Yokurorwa, the St. Louis, in terms of education, the Nyakasura Zone. But you hear winter came. hati nohura abana ndabayito abakora bakurungi mu primary school za excellent ka niba batwara Kampala. At the end of the day we are branded. It's influenced by leaders. Now leaders,
how have leaders killed those schools surely?
Now,
are they the head teachers?
Very good.
Are they the accounting officers?
That's why I'm saying.
Haven't they played their role? Okurorangwa akasenta nikaruga mu government nikaija masomero gayam. But next extent, even now you are thanking abembezi babunyanga ba MPs bakonyire basaba masomero gayombe kwa Katugunda and Katebwa.
No, those were requested by Mwesi Gadrufu. Bano badikura tabayine kibakozere. What I'm emphasizing is a title of a honorable, even when he's a chairman LOC1, aina capacity. Actually, in my plan, nyine plan yokororangu twakora refresher courses, twa meeting the management za amasomero za PTA. They will tell you in a government school, don't ask for money. But Namugongo, our last born is studying from Namugongo. Nasasora millionina. And it's a government school.
4 million.
4 million, I'm senior 5.
And leaders are in the watch.
Now, I am telling you that in our area, my proposal would be, my proposal on education and the impact of a honorable. Honorable to be paid to Zonka. Honorable, it means you can add value. But now they are like advisors who we are advising ourselves with the voters. Nuba baine kutumentaringa, kutunacharinga, kutuoleka ensi, kutuoleka chokora. That's why I'm telling people mukomo musomesa. Agenda somesa parliament yon. Asomesa aba MP abaraba rugire mu region yenu. Actually region yenu nyenda mu ensingana tozonga. Below 40. Below 40 nubu tukwenda as MP. All MPs below 40. So we need below 40. Orabo tali below 40 obirugemu. Muzano ogurugemu. Akaruka ijweri nkakoma.
Okakoma MP.
Nkakoma MP.
Yarabamu.
MP onakomere tararabiremu.
Oh yeah.
It was so unfortunate, but we must keep the hopes burning. We must keep the fire on. Chikuru mubyona, Ivan, I am emphasizing that title yawe. I always talk about 5 issues. Health, education, agriculture value addition. When you come to talent, youth, employment, connectivity, iyo ekerale chawa aho mu health mu myaka 5 keraha. What have you lobbed? Two-sided. What have you lobbed for your local people? We lobbed the other health center. Where is it? What have you given? Nkachimu chikumi. Chimu chikumi. Like Abernabibiro kwa 10, I'm going to give out 1,000 mama kits in Busita to the people of Bunyangaba. So I'm going to save 1,000 unborn babies. Nicho chimu chikumi. And if the people of Bunyangaba can't reward me with what I'm doing and what I'm going to be doing, the Lord will reward me.
Are you doing them because you want to be rewarded?
Two-sided. I want to be rewarded. If they can't reward me, the Lord will reward me.
Are you a Christian?
I am a Christian.
What does the Bible say? The hand that gives. Gono mukono gurago gabiro gwe buno. Ogwe moso gutamanyi. If when you are doing, you want to be rewarded.
Are you aware that the same
so
Bible?
That you can be an MP.
Are you aware that the same Bible in Proverbs makumyabiri says you drink, you take some alcohol, but you should not take too much. So it depends on the magnitude of whatever you are doing. The bigger part. So the bigger part, I'm not actually evindio ni nkora.
Being equivalent to akaruru akempi.
I will repeat this as Kisembo. I always read so much about personalities, characters. I like a legacy. Obundi bantal munsi bali nyijukira haliki. May Mzee Elieza rest in peace. Or Mseja Mukuru Mzee wa BBC Rubona. He died in March this year. But what he has done, the people he has trained Mubwoki, the people he has given out, ebyoma byalekereho ebyoma byomwani kule Katebwa, the BBC Rubone yokorora, the basketry business byona bisigaire byabataka. So as Kisembo Zoram ebinkora to a larger extent. That's why I said, to a larger extent, I need a legacy. If I died today, I even kira kunsemeza, like Nkatebwa and that Mountaineer Sea stretch, taharo team etaine jaze ya Kisembo Joram. Since 2010, since even Kiyombia,
should we go to investigate?
You go to Kiyombia. Giraffe was the first team 2011 to get my jaze and
they did not reward you.
Not rewarding. That's why I'm saying a legacy. When I reach Kiyombia, and those same people, the Hallelujah and the Mene, the Claudio, and another one who used to be even the captain is now the Giso. So nyo Kiyombia to so kunkwatera. Kandi Giso Aroho is my friend and is one of my people na mentaringi. So what I'm talking about,
yes.
Whatever I'm doing, I am not saying ninyenda karuru, that's why I'm doing it. I'm doing it majorly for a legacy. Secondly, habwa karuru. Thirdly, habwa abana bangi kubakora nabo musindo balita.
I'm coming back immediately, shortly. But as we come back,
yes.
Ogambire niwe Kisembo Joramu munaku atena sent.
Ekisembo cha Bunyangabo.
We are looking in tumukutera tochi mukaruru wa 2026. Ntwenda kumanya uyo sente no ziyanka you munako ataina sente. You said you and you are going ntrole bintu kutakora dia bintu bya sente nyingi muno. Secondly, are you not bribing voters by what you're doing? Let us come back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going for a break, but we are bringing up phone calls. Nisaba amkaire kano tule muntu gumizamu Ekimeeza chaitu dakika just sat na mkaga za karaba saziti sasa njakara no sorry eza kairizika hati and tule muntu chagera maiso au mugenyi nyine Kisembo Joramu Kisembo cha Bunyangabu and we are watching, we are seeing 2026 election watch. We download our amp for TV amp and neraba hona WhatsApp ne check mkutuyona eroho. You download it, it's a new amp and very good. No sobora kuba norora Ekimeeza. Buli kya kabiri na kilo cha mukaga Ekimeeza. So number zetu za simu ziri hands her screen yao. Obenotere simu yao as we proceed with Ekisembo cha Bunyangabu. Ekisembo cha Bunyangabu.
Yes.
Number one. Sente no ziyankazo kole ebintu ebimunokwa olugambiro lumunako just a mere teacher sente no ziya kyakabiri. Are you not bribing voters ababunyangabu?
Okay,
as we are looking into 2026 election nturora tumkuwana sate bira ntubira karoka akalfea tukwetaga na sente nyingi mukaruru. Why are you getting money?
Ruhanga aina kukwakole ebintu bye kandi nkera kusaba muno no kwekwasa Ruhanga. When you give out 1,000, church says a high into Ruhanga jaku blessing and you get an addition of a 0 and it becomes 10,000.
No manizaki.
Echinkumanye sant Kasta Oyamba. I always give a scenario. Omuntu akurolera enfuzi anyakwine orphanage center. Nobwa kubale munako ata. Nobwa kubale munako runkungu. Obwire nubuhika na gagihara nafuna ebintu byone byakwetaga navugaza motoka nafuna nebyokulya nemfuzi nazo naziyamba nizuruga mu bunaku nizibaza amani. So when you give you get more blessings. Ekyakabiri, most of the activities that we do in Bunyangabo are funded by the local people. Abataka netubakora mu mulimo. That's why I tell you that whenever I discuss with people, even in the next election, I'm not coming as a diplomat or as an aristocrat. Rundo muntu wa mani muno kwezimbia zimbia na kutina sabataka. I'm coming as a vehicle. I'm creating a platform. Kubarutindo that will carry people's dreams to another. That's where I'm coming.
Where
exactly.
Are you getting the money?
Now, the money, as I have told you, Ntabataka, I'm coming to them as a bridge or tindo. Like I was in on Sunday, I have told you I was in Rubona. The money is bakufuna as a fundraising, is bakufuna as a contribution in form of registration. Mine is to give what I have in plenty. I told you I have 50 business, short agro business skills. So when I train them. When I call them in the meeting, ekwija kutandika saa 2 kuhika saa 7 nkabagura maize agemitwale esatu etano. That is not so much money, but I have impacted on someone's lives. There are even trainings. So our leaders are lacking the head to reason and to think logically. I'm going to organize debates this term in a program ya counseling and guidance to candidates. I have gotten a book which I will show you immediately as we get off from here. It has tips of how to pass exams.
You have a book?
I have that simple small book that has tips.
You who wrote it?
It's not me who wrote it, but it has ideas that I deliver to candidate schools. So amasomero gona aga primary and aga secondary in Bunyangabo indio ninja kurabamu ni meeting aba candidates. I'm not giving them money, I'm not giving them physical success, but I will be sharing with them for 1 hour or 2 hours tips of how to pass exam. And when I leave that place, majority of them in 2026 they will be voters, and when they vote for Joram, when they get out of school and they start singing Joram eksiembo chabanyangabo Joram tufira akaruru tukawa Joram, you will think I have bribed them. God. So we need to use our heads to impact on people. Chimu chikumi chobwongo bwawe Ivan, you are doing a lot in journalism to impact on people's lives. Yes. Mindset. You don't need money to come on TV and interrogate and put people in line of what should be the best Uganda. So remember money. That impact can be seen after some years.
Oh so, yes, Joram is still explaining. We're still watching 4TV. Line zetu zesimo 0 hansia. Nani sawa producers tero line zesimo. Simo zetu zikingwire dakika tusigeze dakika 10 mwonka line ngiga studio enhance yao or tutero you can call us then sobole kubantukana again amaiso Joram. I would like to see obaze being muno being muno to an extent MP wao kwenda kwa sitting is just nothing. According to my understanding, is it true MP Wawa is just nothing in Bunyangabo? Taine ne kyakozero no kakuba kandiko kamo.
Bunyangabo tukakora losi kandi losi twakozere ntusaba ruhanga tuganyire.
Repeat it.
Tukakora losi kandi ntusaba losi twakozere ruhanga tuganyire. Atwigura amaiso 2026. Mukukoma MP Wabaseija tukakoma ruseke rwa zibikera. So nutsaba Bunyangabo ruhango tuganyire ebe byone bitukozere
naho nagamba batakoma bakuba baja kora loss then inogama mukakora loss. Now which is which?
One, as I have always told you, that sometimes we concentrate much on propaganda, intrigue, but this time abojo tuliye tubasobora, abesiki tuliye tubasobora, abamama we tuliye tubasobora. There is that the type eyo musara gwomuntu esokwija muka. There is those big projects that an MP can lobby. So if he can't explain what he has lobbied, what he has gotten from government, how much, we are actually even lucky that we have some ministers from Toro region. But how best have we utilized them? To Margaret Mahanga for health care. Health care. Uwe na chikienga no kuchikienga cha health care. How many times has he invited the minister?
Has she?
No. Has he Oweitu, MP Oweitu, Wabaseija? Akakuyeto MP Wabaseija. So MP Wabnyangabo has not invited, has not utilized his platform. Lobbying capacity, wanonkaguza where I get the money. I'm planning this time. Actually, I'm going to invite very many people in government. We are launching agro-business center. We are launching Bunyangabo People's Circle. We are launching Joram Care Initiative. So these things, we are going to invite people. We have ministers in Western Uganda. How many ministers have come in your area to make an impact? Now, when a minister of local government comes in your district, mubusasi bwingi ukamusobora, but do they know even what is affecting us? You see, no so kubateka hebintu.
How do you want them to know? Nonda bamanya bati.
Beije mbataka, barabe mbataka. Like I'm telling you, every weekend nimbandi. Next weekend I will be in Buhesi, Kibota, Omuka, Owani. So Kibota, I will get to know what are those challenges affecting the people of Kibota. What are those challenges that we can work on? Some of the challenges tizikwetaga MP, some of the challenges nizetaga bataka kutunga omuntu akubaleta hamu. A leader must be a bridge nkukumbaini msobora, must be a voice, must give hope. But now if himself has no hope and he is hopeless, how will he, any leader who is not having a vision for his people, how will he impact to other people? So nituenda bebembeza harulengo ruona Mr. Ivan, not necessarily her MP. As Toro, there is that pride that we had. Even in our own anthem, Toro, we have that vibe. We have the legacy that we must protect. So it is a role of a leader. Harulengo ruona, ha LOC, ha kansela, abatakozere, ensinganto nimbasaba. Below, above 40, put X. Ntwenda bebembeza abanyakula hansi ya 40. And that operation of 40, that of even in the Bible,
up to which up to movement
alevu zona tuchayenda badikura tuchayenda omuntu orasanga byamere mu office atakumanya nekiro ntwende nyata bwongo ntwenda abantu abasokwataza smartphones, abantu abaswaga, abantu abakwikirizamu, abantu abarakora research about what is affecting them. So what we are talking about are issues as kwata abataka in terms of health, in terms of education. Enguda masanyarazi. Do you know that we have companies in Uganda that are looking for customers to give them at subsidized cost solar panels? Now, who is that leader? A honorable or company so quick resam, because at Ivan Warajayo mu company Hima factory. Who are you? Your title, your introduction makes a lot of volumes. Hima factory is supporting Vipers in sports with 500 million plus. But who is that leader that has moved to Hima factory to ask at Ksiembo Joramo Warajayo akabasaba sponsoring some of their activities? They will start again fighting and blocking. But we need a leader who can lobby what he can't offer, okay, who can offer the tithe. We need a leader who is using the head, not the money and the stomach. So that leader is Ksiembo Joram, Ksiembo Chabanyangabo. That leader is Ivan. That leader is that particular person in your area. Ksiembo, we have many Ksiembo Jorams there. Ksiembo Byabunyangabo Tubin, Mobunyangabo. In your LOC, you have a Ksiembo. You have a gifted leader. But because he has no money, Osangira Kimu,
Joram,
Makoma Badikura.
Past elections, 2021, Okaboli's opposition.
Yes.
President made a statement of recent. Opposition by then Okaboli's opposition. Otakaizire mu NRM. Is it true?
The
Millennium
ascertaining okwiba nokutaibwa is supposed to be done by a lawyer. Kandi chopsasi muno, I'm not a lawyer, but inja kuhereza entekereza yange nk'omuntu. Ugandans have always believed mubururu obunyakula ha polling station. When elections close, electing day ekiro kyokoma obukikuhwa rwebajo bakarangira obururu obwaho ha polling station, Ugandans believe in it. But they go on losing morale and confidence into obururu obukuruga ha polling station to the Tale Center. Some Ugandans have a belief that obururu aho. Now, ascertaining that's why I told you to lawyer na yangu hakuchasataininga with evidence. And all those who allege must prove. So, whether President Yoweri Museveni, in this case, warana alleging in evidence, he's right actually even to show no ntibakaibaki obururu. If Noop alleges that what they are saying, it's all about evidence.
Mwalimu Noop mukagenda mukoti mwirukai. That means ekyoka ntioleka ngo Noop kabatine if they say kumara. A president may not show. Abokuba already he won. However much opposition yakaibururu according to him, but he won with the majority.
Now that's what exactly I'm telling you. Obururu, you can't participate in a system you don't believe in. At some point, that's why I say ntibachagulanye nibahiko obwire nibatuzana erinka comedy nibatubuzabuza ntibakora.
So katwate simu. Allo? Anyakula simu la 4 TV Ekimeeza. Noha. Noha karoterirenka? Noha karoterirenka ha? Nibakwetoha ola 4 TV Ekimeeza. Oh my God, network. Awira na maseme galimses. Let's continue. Allo anyakula 4 TV la Ekimeeza?
Hello, 4 TV.
Yes. Terire Kiyombya msinguzi? Businge Kiyombya. Oko mnyoro businge? Okay, mnyoro businge Kiyombya. Webale muno. One Kiyombya. Yes, hello. Hello, kola ola 4 TV Ekimeeza. Leo yebale kusima Noha kanoterirenka. Ego. Irahara na TV yao, irahara na TV. Sembara harao na TV yao. Oh, very sorry. Waratere simu oira harao na TV yao nuko way of zileke akwa bine bintu byona bikozesa emikutu kusana. Yes, hello 4 TV Ekimeeza. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Ola 4 TV Ekimeeza Noha karoterirenka. Kibito Mnyangabu Noha. Byamukama Nicholas Kibito Mnyangabu. Gamukama. Okay, Gamukama. Okay. 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 Aja kugarukamu. Gamukama. Okay. Okay, omnyoro Gamukama Mnyangabu Kibito kaguzo buliye. Alohona ya kulasimu alo. Okay. Ningira obwire wagenda wanturubata aleka esimeli wereja ndachukwa minho garukamu mnyoro Gamukama. Kiki ekyokorora kibuzire Mnyangabu cyokenda kongeraho. Ekya kabiri kiki ekyorozere kibuzire mu Noop. Tunukwe?
Yes.
Kiki ekyokorora kiri mu Noop tunukwe obhati bugire mu nareme cyogenda gora. Leka tugenda maisi.
Webale muno munywana wange kandi nyenda kusima Gamukama nabo abandi abatera amasimu nko kumpasoborire na ekyokubanza ekinaroze ekibi ekinyakule munupu internal conflicts ezinyakule munda ebutakengangana engeri bakubahandolingamu tubusobola okutwala ihanga mu maiso. Ekyakabiri, the perceived development and policy zabo. What is their agenda? Their agenda is Museveni must go. But even if we do not have Museveni, we need an alternative agenda, a comprehensive one. Actually, I am lucky Senyonyi, the leader of opposition, and kumibiri kumenagumu of Nalinye Simba, Western Youth MP with Karhanga Gerard. I was representing Nindugakunu Toro. Senyonyi, the same person, was a flag bearer FDC Central. That's when he was actually leaving UBC, having participated in that election of party politics at that level. The same with the spokesperson wa FDC wananka wa NUP Waiswa Mufumbirwa. When I was a guild minister at university, the same guy was a guild president at university, Uganda Christian University Mukono, but his term was cut short ya changing ya JKIU. So these people previously, the vision, the documentation, nebtwa sharingire how kuhamba ihanga lenu ya Uganda tukat planning kulahamba. Along the way norora bozo bali muza Canada trips, abozo bali ahero bali muza swimming pool, na bozo bakora party after party. For us, government actually, if you follow government programs, each party depending on the strength, nabazihereza billion nupu nibajihereza bilioni 5 na milioni rusange. But Kabarole, as Kabarole, which percentage do we get? 0. Kasese, Bunyangabu, which percentage? That office ya nupu nyakulu Kisomoro, it's self-funded, mobilized, and people raised up. Another one bought paint, another one bought the room, and brought the landlord on board so that we negotiate and have it. But there is money. When Chagulanyi is moving, I am not talking bad about him because he has sweated for that, and that's why he sang that Buliomwa Siva Chiwani. So akasive Chiwani kicha kwatayo. So, but now moving with not less than 100 Ugandans. He moves with not less than 5 ambulances.
President Wanyu Narwatat.
But that's what we are asking.
How is the president moving? How is this first son?
For him, he's using the taxpayers' money. When he's using
who is using the taxpayers' money?
The difference is, because I was relating to the question, to what I saw different.
When it comes to movement, Chagulanyi nagena want chukumi. Over the money given by government.
That is supposed to be helping
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni to Haburwa. Nagena na abantu akongora kumbibi. Over Ugandan money. First son Muhozi. Nagena na abantu akongana ingana atano nkaga chukumi. Over same money. Is there any problem with these guys moving?
You see, the problem I'm talking about, my brother, is itwe nkabanya Uganda ntugobera monka. There is a lot. Even when I become an MP wa Bunyangabo, don't take it that Museveni, I will not always, I'm going to be like a yes man and say buli kimwe cyakora cyona kikere. No hikayo no havora. No hikayo no twara. What are the majority people of Nyangabo? What is the stand of the majority people of Nyangabo? No. So the second issue leads me now to like Nyangabo statistics. Almost 334 villages. All of them chairpersons are NRM. Meaning in areas, in politics, there must be those historicals, emyanya, ekuguma, kuhindora. So even when they say Joramo in ideas noon, but your party, you are driving, motoke yorumu, era kuhikia. So I think my changing to NRM is not personal. it's driven to a lot of factors, political, economical. How am I going to lobby for the majority people who are NRM when I'm not NRM? So coming in NRM is to effectively deliver and become the messiah of Bunyangabu and the local suffering people. Yes, sir.
Akagwize kiki ekirikubura Bunyangabu cyo kuza kureba.
Yes, sir.
Ekyakamukama atakozere. As of now, omuntu okwenda kwa sitting is Honorable Kamukama Davis.
Yes.
Member of Parliament of Bunyangabu.
Yes, sir.
Kiki as you finalize okobda kika tugezero kandi oragereke mutugenda.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Ekikubura Bunyangabu, there are many issues, but majorly engudo na masanyarazi is very poor, impossible. And those Nkokungambir Internemp is supposed to lobby through the relevant ministry, which is not doing. So, tinkumwenda huchimuchikumi ntakirete mbataka for a road, no. Main road and town centers, the town council, they are somehow. But mubyaro, my brother, it's very worse. Echakabiri, health sector. We have our health center. We have Kibito. Kibito, most referrals are done to Kasese, are done to Buhinga. It's not, I need it as a district hospital. Ekind constituency, Bunyangabu is too big. Aspirants that have shown interest, Abano Bundio Ninja Kusing, but I will work with them after winning them. They are already 17. Now, 17 aspirants for one post. Meaning Bunyangabu Bundajam Parliament. And that's why I'm going to ask all those aspirants to join me. Obundamara kutam Parliament, Tujakwaram constituency Sato. We shall have Bunyangabu Central, Bunyangabu West, and Bunyangabu East. Okay. And later on, then bana band ba Siara, Banyamtale, Baha Bajakwizera open constituencies than having. So Nabandi Xiembo Zoram, Xiembo Chabunyangabu, aspiring member of parliament, Wabunyangabu in Kumivira Bernamukaga, and Kumivira Satanagumu, Nyenda Kusima Bauleza Veitu, Kandi, Mwebale Noktabora, Mwebale Kusima, Twija Gumizam to Barabamu, next time Twijakuba to Buhesi, Kivota Playground, Nyenda Nokusima, Ivan, Webale, TV yetu enungi no tuja marketinga, and we shall make it a reality. Actually, ndama kuja no parliament, the coverage will be wider. In Bundibujo, one of the pastors was asking me whether it is on Star TV. Na mgambera ebyoma tukyaliyo tubukoraho kandi abantu tulinzire jora mu baraja mu parliament eno ejja kubera TV ya mani muno worldwide, covering worldwide and international. Mwebale muno nasigarandi Xiembo Zoram Xiembo Chabunyangabu marale kurungi.
Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, ninyenda kubasima abarungi abanyakubere for TV Ekimeeza Kirukeno, and this is the best TV of all this kind. Western region, actually we are the best. Toro tourism city, we are the best. And abandi of course nibalengaho bayitira kusobora kusukana mbatuli. As of now, twine decoder ya 4 TV and we are authorized by UCC. So now we are operating legally. We are legally operating as 4 TV. No sobora kutunga decoder yaitu kandi nabagiteka a dish. Onyokuina dish ogere ba connecting 4 TV clear. Tosobora kuteka wana subscription busa anyuma yo kutunga decoder. So nabwo ikinimbagonza wekimeza kino akibaho buri kya kabiri na kiro kya mukaga. Ningaruka hano kya mukaga asaha 2 ntujja kulindo bwira by then obo bwirate. Saha 2 tusaha 4. Kambagondeze ekirungi murale kurungi ambaye Ivan TUHAISE AMOOTI at the same time director St. Mark Parent School nimbara mchaho mwebale okuba inywena 4 TV Ekimeeza. Good night my producer nikusima, big ups mwebale kurora ntukora ham kurungi kandi tukambwira bono it's not easy, it's a hustle, you have sacrificed a lot. Na management inywena nimbasima. Let's meet again on Saturday 8 to 10 Ekimeeza. Ivan TUHAISE, I'm saying good night, bye bye.